everybody, it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video. In today's video, I am doing pictures of my husband in a speleobox. And I'll tell you what a speleobox is. A speleobox is a cave simulator. And I'll talk more about that probably during the voiceover. But anyway, these are the 4 pictures I took, and they look kind of weird. Like you're thinking, well, what's the... No, that's the angle he was coming out of this box. This is when he was going up in the box. This is going up in the top of it, like crawling up through the top of the box. So these are on, this is the orientation I took them. His body was just in really weird contorted places. So that's why they look like that. Let me also show you just real quickly the layout that's kind of inspiring me a little bit here is this guy here. It's from scrapbook.com. Have no idea how old it is, but it is from the Cocoa Vanilla You Rock collection. Somebody did this for, I'm guessing as a, design team type deal. And the reason I like it is it's got these horizontal photos, which of course I have 4, but that's fine. Little piece of pattern paper there, one coming down here that's got this little fishtail banner looking thing, and then just some goodies amongst them with a little horizontal. Oh, I just noticed these little corners here, so I'm going to have to mess with that. That's the layout that's inspiring me. This is the collection I'm getting to pull out here. Well, this is actually a foundations paper. I picked this up at the scrapbook store up in Branson. And I really debated between using the wood grain and using the orange. But I like the orange because there's this little orange pieces. It's just kind of cool. So I think I'm going to use the orange. And then I have these pages here from an Echo Park collection named Oh Snap. It's from 2013. So y'all, this is kind of old. But it's okay because it's kind of cute. And I do like the arrows. It says the story. It says, hey there. Some kind of cute things I can use. I actually may need to do another layout with this because I pulled it out and I'm like, oh, this is really cute. I forgot all about it. So I even have this little photo strip paper here that I may end up using. So those are really cute. Then I have, from a title perspective, I think I'm going to do like ExploreRight here. So I think that looks kind of cute. I'll probably pull some stuff out of that. And then I think what I'm going to do, if you remember the layout had like some stuff going on in the corners here. And I think what I'm going to do is use my little magic brush and put this stuff kind of up in the corner. I'm thinking I'm going to use my black soot distress ink with these little dots here. And then I think I'm going to sprinkle some white on top of that. So I'm going to kind of do some mixed media stuff in there. That's my initial plan anyway. So we'll see. Let me get started and I'll come back on camera in just a moment. Talk soon. Alrighty, gang, I'm doing this voiceover on Sunday night, and so if y'all hear any racket, well, it's probably the fam. I have gotten this orange sheet, and I did gut it because I wanted to use the wood grain that was on the back to mount my photos, and you'll see that in a minute. So I've gutted that little bit there. I just took a pencil after I laid everything down and kind of figured out where it was going to go and marked it, and then just used my We Are Memory Keepers to cut it out. And I'm using this gray, oh my goodness, y'all, what's the color? Hickory smoke, that's what it is. The distress oxide. And I did that intentionally because I do want to put the little water sprinkles in it. I don't do that all the time with this particular ink, but that is one of the features. It causes when you sprinkle a little water on there or spray a little water, it causes it to activate. Now here's where I do something real goofy, y'all. And I don't even think I know it until later, but I had that thing closed up. And I thought, oh, I don't have quite enough room, so I opened it up. And then I got ink, and you'll see it in a little bit, all over my little friggin' banner looking thing. And again, you'll see it in a minute because I don't even realize it till later, but it's okay. I decided to leave it. So here's where I'm sprinkling the water all over my little distress oxide, and then I do blot it. I think that looks pretty neat, and I'm happy with it, and it's looking very mixed media-ish. So then I'm going to pull out my the black soot distress ink, and I'm going to use the little circle stamp deal. I guess I'm still blotting. I decided to add a little bit more water there. So I'm going to pull out this distress ink here that's the soot, and I'm going to use my little circle dot stamp here. And I just kind of put that a little randomly around, adding a little something. I don't think I go up as high on my layout, honestly, as the inspiration on the left side up there, but I'm okay with that. It's fine. The other thing I don't do, and I kind of commented on it and then I didn't do it, is the little triangles on each side. But I decided not to do that, and it's all right too. So then I'm going to pull out my white ink on that Mr. Huey's, the opaque white. Y'all, I have got that stuff it's leaking or something, and I have it all over my hands, and I keep forgetting about it. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it works out all right. I get my little paintbrush because I do find that I get a little bit finer splatter when I use the paintbrush versus when I use the little nozzle. So I'm just sprinkling my little paint drops everywhere. And y'all don't see this off camera. I tell my husband, go rinse my paintbrush out, because he was off in here wandering around. My daughter's home for the evening, and she was in here with me. We were just chatting, and he was trying to sneak up on us, and he didn't get to sneak up on us because his little bones creak. And so anyway, I made him go wash my paintbrush. Okay, now here's my little piece, and I realized, oh my goodness, I got ink all over that fishtail banner. And I thought, you know what, it's okay. I got mixed media all over this thing anyway. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to scuff up the little edges here. And I do end up scuffing up, by the way. I scuff up this fishtail banner, this ginormous fishtail banner, and I scuff up the little triangle paper. I also scuff, I haven't done it yet, but you'll see it. I do scuff the wood grain that I mount the 4 photos on. But that's actually all I scuff. I don't scuff everything. I just scuff probably 50% of it. So here's where I'm scuffing up these little, this little pattern paper here. I thought this turned out really cute, if I'm honest. And I'll show you in a minute. You'll see where I start sticking arrows and different things down. I do something a little bit silly though, as usual, because I am the clumsiest scrapbooker on the planet. I go to paste all this down together. Okay, so I'm finding out where's this going to go, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I take my little fishtail banner and I get that pasted down initially, not too big a deal. And then, well, let's see, I'm going to just fuss and fast right here for a second. Like I said, I got that darn ink on there, but I'm looking at it and I decided it's okay. It'll be fine. That's why I kind of waved my hands for a second, because I'm like, do I do anything else? I'm like, poop on it. So I do move my ink sheet out of the way there, that little craft mat rather. And I'm going to decide to, you know, use my ATG gun. I'm going to glue all this down. Now, this goes okay. And I'm laughing at myself because, y'all, I just also shake my head. But anyway, I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to take my ATG gun and put some tape on the back. You think, oh, okay, this is good. You know, you got your tape and everything. And after I stick this down, well, it sticks to my desk a little bit. And I realize I have tape on the back side of that paper. And I'm going, well, that's not going to work. So actually, I end up in a second. And I don't remember now if I do it on camera or not, y'all. I'm so sorry. We'll see. We'll watch together. Anyway, I'm going to end up in a second going to get some black cardstock. And then I realized I need more black cardstock. So at this point, what I did decide to do is I trimmed down my brick paper by a 1/2 inch. I took a 1/4 inch off each side and the top and the bottom because I didn't want to mess up my mixed media. And I've gone ahead and matted that on a black piece of cardstock because it was sticky in the middle. And plus I decided, you know what, I needed a little extra behind the pictures because my wood grain wasn't quite big enough to go across the fishtail banner the amount that I wanted it to. And then I looked at the inspiration anyway, and she mounted the pictures on black cardstock. So I thought, you know what, it's fortuitous. I needed black cardstock, and so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm mounting these pictures on this wood grain here, and I'll trim that down just to, you know, do what you got to do there. And then I'm going to put it on this black cardstock, and that's going to look really cool. I thought about putting it up on foam. I came real close. I don't put it on foam. I do scuff the edge of that wood grain, like I said. And, y'all, my cat's in here, and she's just watching this little old video. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, I'm going to scuff the edges of my wood grain, and then I'm going to paste it down on my black cardstock. I decided against scuffing the black cardstock. Again, I didn't scuff everything. I didn't even scuff the brick paper just because I didn't want to mess up any more of my mixed media, if I'm honest. Okay, so I'm going to put my photos on my black paper. I actually almost even contemplated putting them in like little wonkies, you know, like overlapping and wonkies. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I got enough going on. You'll see in a minute. I actually end up kind of pleased with my embellishments because I was looking around. I go, I don't know what I have to go with, like a cave climbing deal. And I don't really have it. So I ended up just going with pictures, honestly. The name of this kit of the collection anyway was Oh Snap. And it had a bunch of these photo strip looking deals. So I trim off one of these little photo strip deals to create the little shelf for the picture because I don't want it floating. So I'm trimming that off, and I'm going to add it to underneath I have to trim off that top little piece. I just want the one strip there. And I'm going to put that underneath. Now I fast around with this for just a minute. I think I'm going to cut away because you don't really need to see me fiddle farting around with that. And I also have to go figure out what kind of embellishments I want, which if you've watched me for any length of time, you know that takes me just a little bit. I don't really know why. I don't even have a ton to choose from, to be honest with you. So it's not like I have to think that hard all about it. It's not that big a deal, but I run off and go do that. So now we're going to cut away, and you're going to see where I've got my, well, maybe I didn't go get my embellishments yet now that I say that. I got this photo strip. I also pulled out, by the way, you see on the left-hand side there, my Tim Holtz book. It's like, the name of the book is Small Talk, or it's Snarky. That's what it is. It's Small Talk stickers. I'm going to look for another book of those too, because I've seen other people use them where they have a little more inspirational wording. And the only one I have is the Snarky one. And it comes in handy sometimes. And in this case, it does come in handy. I do find a little phrase that I like. But sometimes I want something a little more inspirational. So I end up putting like I said, I don't put my pictures up on foam tape. And I'm looking at this, and I kind of want something, I don't really know yet. And then I thought, you know what, let's just go and do the title, because I know what the title's going to be, so let's just do that. This is another one of those times where you decide to do something that you know you're going to do because you don't know what else you want to do. So I do put the ExploreRight here, and that's going to take me just a second. And I know that Explorer is a little more, it's got a little more peach to it than it does orange. And even with the triangles and stuff, it's not quite orange, but it's okay. I think it's complimentary, or I like it. You may think different, and you're welcome to comment. It won't hurt my feelings, but I like it. I think the little peachy color on the orange worked out okay. Anyway, I'm going to put the Explorer, and then we'll pull off Right Now, which is the Vicky Booten stuff. And I think these fonts are so cute. I just love these little rubber letters. They stick pretty good to the paper. Now, if you try to layer them over top of things, you might have to add a little glue, but to the paper, they do all right. So I add right here, and then there's this gold arrow that you see kind of pointing downward, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and add that. Actually, it's funny because I didn't initially think to do it, but it was right next to the title on my acetate there, and I thought, you know, that actually looks kind of cool. And he's going up and down and all around, you know, he's kind of winding in and out of this box. And so I thought to myself, I think I'm going to use more than one arrow even. I hadn't figured out exactly which other one, how I'm going to do the other ones just yet, but I think I go, oh, I'm going to do some more arrows. I do end up even using that chevron arrow on the sticker sheet. Now, I did find this little piece of cut apart. I'd cut it out of the what am I trying to say? The cut apart sheets, but it was a little bit too long, and I really didn't need the whole thing. I did kind of mess up, though, if I'm honest, because I kind of wanted to hang on to the white at the bottom, but I trimmed it all off. But it's okay. I don't really mind. In the end, you can't really tell too much. And then on the sticker sheet, I found this little photo strip, and it had the little squares were separate. Initially, I didn't realize it, and then I pulled it off, and I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And so I ended up putting, it says, oh, snap, smile, and capture. And I end up taking foam tape up underneath them. So I do raise that up and give that a little 3D dimension. And I think that looks kind of neat too, actually. And that was a little bit of a happy accident. I wasn't initially going to do that because I didn't realize they were separate until I pulled that photo strip piece off. So it's going to take me just a second, but I'm going to take the foam and put them underneath here and then put them back in their little spots where they were. And again, I'm not sure if I think about it, if this oh snap theme goes exactly per se with this box, but at the same time, I think it's okay because I am snapping pictures of the guy climbing through a box. So, hey, you know, it's all right. Okay, let me think, what else can I tell you? So he did get through this thing. I think, as I recall, the box little sign had something that said you couldn't be taller than, I want to say it was 5'10" or 5'11", because he was right at it. And you couldn't weigh more than, 200 pounds or something a little less than that. You had to be, I think it was kind of, if I'm honest, I think it's honestly meant for children. But he said, hey, I'm under all that. And he is. So he climbed up in there, and he made the comment, says, man, you cannot be claustrophobic in this thing. You cannot. You got to work your way through there. And I can't even imagine if I'm a cave person and I'm in there, what do they call it? Speleology or something like that, where you study caves, and they can only see with like a friggin' headlamp. But I don't know how they're doing this stuff. Anyway, he worked his way through there, and he did get out. I was kind of worried, but they said there's an exit door. There's trap doors or something they can open. Anyway, so I put those pieces there, and then I put the story above that, and then this is where I start adding some arrows. And the little sheet there had this little like swirly arrow looking thing, and I thought, okay, that's kind of cool, because again, he's kind of winding his way through this box. And then it had this other little gold arrow that's kind of wavy looking. And I thought, okay, I got arrows going all which kind of way, which again makes sense to me because he's kind of climbing all which kind of way through that box. And now I'm looking through the sticker sheets again. And I think I don't remember if I think I put the stars on first. So this little sticker sheet, the cardstock sticker sheet. Oh no, so sorry. This phrase here that says, I do this thing called what I want. And that just fits him because he was going to do that darn box, whether I wanted him to or not. So I pull that out and I decided it's a little bit too long. I really can't find a spot for it. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to trim it and put little fishtail banners on either side of the phrase on the little black sticker there. So I trim it up a little bit, and then I come in and make a little fishtail banner on either side so I can paste it down on the underneath Explore. It just kind of fills in that space there. I knew I was going to put something. I just didn't know what. Yeah, so I'm just, like I said, I'm kind of looking at it right now going, do I need to add any gray splotches at the top? No, I ain't going to. But it's okay because all the, again, it fits in the little gray splotches I got on there by accident. Hey, again, I've said this before, you know, sometimes you just add an embellishment and it all looks good. All right, so I got the little phrase that says I do what I want or whatever. And I'm looking back at this cardstock sticker sheet and I go, well, I think I'm going to add, I cannot remember now if I add the stars or the chevrons. Okay, here's where I pull these chevrons off and I put it back. And I decide, no, I'm not going to use it. I do change my mind, y'all. Spoiler alert. Then I look at this little piece of paper over here. I actually came so close. Some of those say figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. If it had had a figure 4, I would have cut those out and used it, but it did not. And I don't want to do figure 1, 2, and 3 without 4 since I do have 4 pictures. So I didn't do that. I wished it had had a figure 4, but it's okay. But then I find this little camera, and it says Instamatic camera, and I'm going to put foam on the back of it. That's really just to fill in that visual space over there. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that camera really means a lot when it comes to the box, but I'm taking pictures of him, so I'm just going to use it. So I fill in my little space right there with that camera. I will have to glue that down in just a second. I use my ATG gun. I think this is where I go, you know what, that's going to go there. Just glue it down, Christine. So I glue it down, and then that's when I think I go over here and I start picking these stars off, and I'm just filling in a little bit of this visual spaces or like kind of like little sprinkles or whatever around. And I end up putting a couple, let's see, 3 stars at the top. And I'm just kind of making the colors. I'm trying to find stuff that's going to contrast with what I'm sticking it down on. So I put 3 stars at the top, and I have 2 stars next to the camera to the right, and then I put a little star on the bottom left corner of that little camera. And then I decide I'm going to put these little chevrons right here under the word phrase that I put in there. In my head, I'm going, okay, again, I've just got arrows kind of going every which way. The only way I don't have pointing is pointing from the right to the left. Well, that's a lie. The little swirly one is. I'm lying to you. I was kind of looking down here on the right, on the bottom, but nope, it's doing that. So anyway, I got arrows going all different kind of which ways. And then I decided after I put the stars up there, you know what, I'm going to get some more of these colored dots off this stuff. I like these little colored dots or that rubber stuff, and it helps, again, kind of give a little bit of sprinkle feelings. I don't really do anything else after I put these little dots down there. That's a lie. I do write one little sentence on top of the little picture because it did look a little empty to me above the right-hand side pictures there. And so after I get these little dots down, I'm going to just write in there. I need to maybe come back and add the date now that I'm looking at it. But I wrote Greg in the speleobox at Talking Rocks. And I'll do that with my pen in a second. I don't know what I'm doing right now, y'all. Oh, I'm adding those little dots still. I don't know why this took me so long. I'm going to just keep on looking for these dots. I'm just adding dots everywhere. And then I will be done except for my journaling. So give me 1 second here while I'm sorry, I just got a text. My daughter's asking me if I'm ready for dinner. Y'all, it's almost time to eat. Yay. We're having stir fry. I don't know what I'm doing right now except looking off that I don't know what I'm doing at all. Oh, somebody probably messaged me. Anyways, I'm going to write on here, Greg in the speleobox at Talking Rocks. And then, as usual, I probably look at this for another 2 or 3 minutes, and I think I cut it out, actually. But I'm going to clean up my mess so I can do the little slow poke, and you can see everything a little bit better. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out on my Instagram. I do post these on my Instagram. And I see y'all next time. Bye.